Greetings, flesh wound horror freaks, and we hope you're having a happy Halloween. Welcome back to Slashtober Halloween Night. I am Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
Good evening.
Pugs Dread.
Namaste. Trick or treat.
And Mike Kruger.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
So Kruger, in case they're joining us late, let them know how it all works.
So what we do for our Slashtober special is rate and review a Halloween-themed film, and then at the end of the episode, we add that movie to a list compiled from our previous episodes to vote and decide which of the films we want to eliminate, leaving us with our top 3 Halloween horror films, aka our 3 final girls. And once we get to the final episode of this season, Slashtober, we will choose one of those final 3 as this season's winner. So Todd, why don't you tell us what movie we have tonight and what this year's Slashtober statistics have been so far?
Thank you, Kruger. Well, let's do our statistics. And we have left for our 3 final girls. We have The Guest, Terrifier, and 1986's Trick or Treat. Eliminated thus far, The Clown Murders, Stan Helsing, American Fright Fest, Halloween Night, Killer Eye Halloween Night, Murder Party, The Pumpkin Carver, Hack-O-Lantern, Ernest Scared Stupid, and Cemetery of Terror. And tonight we have a newer entry, well, newer like 20 years ago.
18 years.
Yeah. The Haze. Well, I'm doing Dan's, how Dan does, I guess.
Dan math?
A brand new film, The Hazing.
There you go.
Tell us about The Hazing.
That young up and comer writer director Rolfe Kanefsky, and made in 2004, and also, by the way, in some areas known as Dead Scared. In fact, that's what it's on IMDb as. So you may also find this one under the title Dead Scared. And in this movie, several college kids spend the night in the spooky mansion in an attempt to pledge fraternities and sororities. A deranged professor begins murdering them. They must figure out why, and also if one or more of them are working with the killer. All right, so probably, I think, a first-time watch for you, Kruger. So I believe so anyways. What did you think?
Well, going into this, I heard this is basically a mashup between Scream and Evil Dead, and that definitely had my hype pretty fucking high. But you do get that feel in the movie, and I did like the cast and the story with the college kids, tasked by their sorority to steal this Necronomicon from this professor, and then all hell breaking loose. That was fun, but the Deadites and like spirits just weren't very cool looking to me, probably due to budget restrictions, but still at the same time, the first Evil Dead definitely had budget restrictions too and had awesome looking Deadites. So that was a little bit disappointing. I wish they would have focused on them making them look a little bit more menacing. But there is one scene involving some fellatio with a tongue that was really nice. So I popped for that. And there are solid kills, but the way the movie all culminated to the end in the final act, it left me a little bit disappointed. It's it's something I wouldn't rewatch in a future viewing, but maybe just going in, hearing Scream and Evil Dead mashed together, I was hyping it a little too much for myself. So I didn't necessarily love it, but it's not anything that was bad, and nothing disgraceful to our Slashtober list by any means.
See, I that description. See, I would have said it's Night of the Demons.
That's fair too.
I've never heard the Scream comparison because
I got
Scream
when I was looking up reviews for this just to see what I was getting into. There was a few that literally said it was Scream meets Evil Dead, so I was a little hype.
I can get the Evil Dead comparison, but I don't see the Scream one. But
maybe it's just the college kid thing. Yeah.
But yeah, full disclosure. I mean, I love this movie. It's got Tiffany Shepis. I'm a trauma guy.
There you go.
So there's that. You got Brad Dourif in a little role. Do you remember when Brooke Burke was an it girl for a minute, Dan? I do too. Not a bad looking woman.
I got a towel over there for her.
God damn it!
Call back.
Van Damme splits and then boom. right into fucking glass.
Now I'm just picturing Dan's fucking room with cocktails just pinned
All
to it.
over.
all
I mean, they
over.
gotta be
This is-
everywhere. You know them. Like, it's compulsive.
He's gonna go that one on the floor. That's the American Pie 2 one.
I have closets separate for the Brooke Burke E specials that came on.
You know that'll get me going into a whole trauma subject because I used to love the E stuff that trauma would cover with them. But yeah, so I love this movie. I always have. It came at a time in 2004 we weren't really getting like the Evil Dead stuff or Night of the Demons stuff. Really, I mean, we had the last Night of the Living Dead or Demons, but yeah, it was just at the right time with the right cast, and I have a great time with it. But I also get your criticisms, Kruger.
Well, one thing too is we just recently rewatched that Night of the Demons remake, and it feels very similar at times to this movie. And I just enjoyed that one a little bit more, just with the gore and the blood and guts and stuff.
Okay.
Well, I think I'm gonna be the turd in the punch bowl here because I don't like this fucking movie. I think it
wow.
sucks. Like, it was home. Yeah, it's homework. The only thing I find like pleasing is the eye candy and Brad Dourif. Everything else felt like a fucking chore. And I've seen this movie before, and I don't remember not liking it that much. Look at Dan's eyes. I'm sorry to rape you like that, but yeah, this is not for me. I actually hated watching it. I don't ever want to see this fucking thing again.
Okay.
Even the fellatio scene.
Oh my
It's
god!
fine, but I can live without it.
Fair enough.
Wow.
Sorry.
No,
Don't like it.
Threw me off. You're not a dick about it like when Dan doesn't like something.
You guys need to lay off the edibles because I'm in the fighting mode now.
What do you mean, you guys? I'm fucking.
He's on your side.
We'll get
Well,
to
you're taking the better stuff then. I don't know. Go for it. Or is it to me? I don't
It's
know.
you now.
You, Dan.
All right. So I heard Scream brought up. This movie's better than Scream.
I co-sign that.
Fucking
I figured you would.
absolutely.
You're fucking nuts.
Nostalgia. Scream is not that good. It came
Bro,
along at the
Scream
right
is
time.
great.
Tiffany
You
Shepis
don't like it.
would bend Ghostface over and fuck him with her demon strap on. It's not.
I'd watch that too.
I don't understand how you guys don't like this. This movie is like 90 minutes of just Halloween happiness. Tiffany Shepis
Not for me,
is
sir.
amazing. Brad Dourif is amazing. It's just
Always,
a
though.
funny, good time. I do always say, like, that same vein of Night of the Demons. I'm shocked you like the Night of the Demons remake more than this.
Has way more gore.
Way better.
Well, yeah, more gore, but it's not as fun.
Has more gore and better effects.
Uh,
I'm an effects and gore guy, Dan.
Yeah, I totally get Kruger, but yeah, plot wise, I don't. Yeah,
This is probably one of the best just random discoveries. I mean, something like the hazing. I mean, I love Tiffany Shepis. Obviously, I love Brad Dourif, but I had no real expectations for this. This is just a random movie. I rented it at probably Hollywood Video, I think, and
day one purchase from me.
oh well,
Sight
it
unseen.
certainly was. Once I watched it, it was.
Well, it couldn't be a day one purchase if you watched it before.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like after I saw it, I just rented it. It's one of those things. Like there's nothing that indicates that this is going to be some classic or anything. It's just you see the cover and it's like, okay, Tiffany Shepis. Not everything she's in is gold, but I think she is gold. And this is actually one of her best movies. Actually, no, it is her best movie in my opinion. Certainly that she kind of headlined.
Okay, you threw in headlines. I'll let it go.
I do. I've been a huge fan of this one for years. If you haven't seen it, I mean, yes, all right. It's not The Exorcist. There's little, technical things maybe you could pick on, but this movie is just a blast. It is so rare that I see something as fun as this. And you also get a small role from Rolfe Kanefsky, regular Robert Donovan. He directed Tiffany and some of her best stuff. In fact, Nightmare Man, one they did a couple years after this, is hitting Blu-ray this month.
It recently came out in Blu-ray.
Yeah, from Ronin right now. Another fun movie. I do think Hazing is the best out of them, but also Perry Shen for you Hatchet fans. Predates Hatchet, I believe, by a year or two. And just everything, the demon tongue, the chainsaw. I think it has some really creative effects. It is just a blast. Pussy got your tongue. There's some hilarious lines in this. I'm shocked you hated Pugs, but in fairness, you hate Return of the Living Dead too. So
that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, so
these characters are just fucking annoying. Maybe that's what I don't like.
You even get mannequins in the mix. I mean, come on, how do you possess mannequins? How do you? I don't know. I'm surprised. I didn't think that I would be having to defend this one very this.
Well, get your boxing gloves on, motherfucker.
I may have to pull my final solution out early if it's but I was saving it for the end, but I think we may be having this problem now.
Fun. This movie has everything. Good-looking girls, humor. It's just such a fun Halloween watch. And I think this one I watch every year. I don't miss it. It's like a Jack Frost at Christmas or a Black Christmas at Christmas scenario where every single year I gotta pop this in. It feels like Halloween to me. If you haven't, check it out. It's one of those movies that it's kind of tough because it wasn't from like any kind of even major indie. So I don't know where
MPI was a thing for a minute, but I
don't know. Yeah, I think it had a sub label on it too. If I remember, I don't have my DVD.
Well, they did Fangoria, but this one was I think it was just MPI actually.
I got to talk to Tiffany Shepis actually twice about this one, and she said it's amazing to her how many people still come up to her and bring up this movie.
Did you ever sign your towel?
She's got a whole wing of towels.
It's a beach towel.
So you didn't answer my question. Did she sign one?
Well, no, because I'm going to destroy it with that Van Damme. So, I'm not going to waste it.
I know.
But she's on the wall over
next to the stalactites.
Dan's cocktail is coming soon. Tour.
That's the tour.
Look, I think I've sucked it off enough, but let's get to it, I guess.
All right, let's rate it.
Kruger, would you like me to go first since I'm the asshole here?
Nah, we'll go north.
Okay.
Kruger.
All right, 2.5 out of 5 for me.
Pugs.
0.5 star out of 5. Just for
God damn.
Dan.
5 stars. Fuck you.
5 stars also. All right, let the battle begin. Up for elimination tonight is The Guest, Terrifier, Trick or Treat, or The Hazing. Kruger.
It's obviously The Hazing.
Pugs.
The Hazing.
The Guest.
The Guest.
Okay.
All right. What is more Halloween? I mean,
The Guest.
Fuck. No fucking way. The Hazing.
Bullshit.
Halloween beginning to end. You can't deny that. It's not just a section of the movie.
The Guest has Halloween beginning to the end in the background, motherfucker.
The Guest does have Halloween from beginning to end. However, I am listening to your argument about the full-blown Halloween throughout the whole thing, and I'm doing the math right now, and it's lining up to Steiner math. The Hazing I do not like it. I am not changing my fucking vote on this. That movie sucks for me. Fuck.
You're gonna heel turn on me, motherfucker.
No, I'm not yet. I can be convinced though, but
see, my thing with The Guest is it takes place in Halloween, but it's not 24/7. Love it or hate this movie, it's 24/7. It's like Black Christmas. Every frame is Halloween. And I can't say that about The Guest as much as I love The Guest.
Every frame is not Halloween though, because we have that early shit with Brad Dourif, and it's just in the classroom. And that part's boring as fuck.
Every frame.
No,
they're leading up to parties.
I would say there's more costumes, but like the Halloween feel, I would still say The Guest is more Halloween feel for me.
I strongly disagree.
And that's the same
for me. If you watch the movie side by side, all
my attention is gonna go to The Guest because I would be bored shitless watching.
This isn't all about like. And again,
I know I'm trying to factor in the Halloween stuff.
No, I'm just talking to anybody that's jumping in. No. We're not just arguing about which movie's better. That's kind of
No, but like to me, for a movie that I want to watch on Halloween to put me in the Halloween spirit, I'm going to pick The Guest over The Hazing 24/7.
The Guest is a good action movie.
Yeah, see, that doesn't put me in the Halloween spirit. I'll watch it around Halloween, But
it puts me there from the opening frame with all the pumpkins and shit to the final act.
The
in the haunted
hazing
house
makes
at
me
the school.
suicidal. So
I don't
Okay.
understand how you hate it that much, but
it's
All right,
it's a
then if
chore,
we-
man.
I would watch The Guest any time of the year. It wouldn't need to be Halloween.
I agree. It's like Die Hard. I don't need to watch that at Christmas, but I will.
And I don't know that.
I mean, I could watch the fucking the Fun House any time of the year, and not.
We're all
you
grown
know.
men. We can watch whatever we want around.
Yeah, I know.
Also, but
Yeah,
You
you
should
know
have
where we're going with
targeted
this.
something different, and I think you might have. Not, but
And then
All
we're
right.
gonna have this same problem if we go to which killer's stronger, because Supernatural.
Supernatural.
That's where I go. Supernatural. beats-
Supernatural. How do you
Super
argue
person.
that? I know you want The Guest, but how do you argue that?
it's not that I want the guess. I just really don't want the hazing in
Well,
here.
and I feel like the
I
killer
don't
from
think
the
you
guest
win
could have
that
came up
argument.
with some shit to take these guys out.
I'm dead set on Supernatural at this point.
Yeah.
I don't think that's an argument.
I didn't think this was
I
gonna be
mean-
what we were gonna fight over.
I don't
I'm
think so
like-
either. I thought we were gonna breeze through this piece of shit.
I'm surprised you picked the hazing. I think The Guest would have you found a way to make it survive, but I
Yeah.
don't think it makes sense on
I
Halloween.
don't like the hazing.
It certainly
I don't like
doesn't
it.
make sense on Supernatural
All right.
versus
So
Dan Stevens.
Dan Stevens all the way. Dan Stevens plays an exorcist in some movie. I've seen it.
It doesn't make any sense to me.
This is.
I
where
mean, I don't
agree
even
with
think The Guest is a Halloween movie.
It is a fucking Halloween. I don't know.
That's his
why you
argument
don't-
throughout the time. I
Like,
can see it.
Some
He doesn't
people
get
don't
it.
think Die Hard's a Halloween movie. It's the same
Christmas
same
one.
logic. Thank you. Yeah, well, it's
And
not
I
either.
love Die Hard. I think Die Hard's more a
That's-
Christmas movie than The Guest is a Halloween movie, but
I think you
I'm
need
not
to
gonna go
rewatch
that
The
far.
Guest. Fuck.
All right. So we're at 100% standstill. I didn't think this was going to happen till the end.
I don't see how you make.
You guys wanna go to
Supernatural
ratings?
Argument.
See that?
was
I
gonna go
can't concede Supernatural though. It makes no sense. I mean, The Guest is, it's gonna take it, obviously. I don't see how it makes any sense to me.
Well, two of us,
Makes
it makes
perfect
it,
sense to me.
it feels more Halloween than the
Super.
other two. So-
Halloween, that's fine. That's subjective. I disagree. And I think if you did a side by side, there's more Halloween in the hazing than there is in the
talking
Guest.
just visuals on the Halloween.
Well, visuals, everything. I mean, it's such a theme in the hazing. You take Halloween out of the hazing, you got to almost make another movie. You could easily take Halloween out of the Guest. May not be as cool, but you could easily take that out and make it Thanksgiving.
could have been a Valentine's party.
A Valentine, St. Patrick's
It
could,
could
Day.
be Christmas,
You
an ugly Christmas sweater.
you could not do that with the hazing. It wouldn't. It would be a totally different movie. I don't know how you don't concede.
Maybe a
that.
good one.
I think we're 2-0 on the hazing here. We're not arguing. You hate the hazing.
No,
get
I know,
that.
and I'm trying to fucking put that to the side and look at the Halloween stuff, and I still feel they hearken Halloween 3, which is like one of the biggest fucking Halloween movies of all
And
time. dude.
can I ask how the fuck are we 2-0? Me and Pugs are agreeing, and you and Todd
I
are
think you
agreeing.
meant
We're at a
2-0.
standstill, asshole. Stop trying to set your movie up.
I don't think it makes any sense though. Your argument's certainly not on Supernatural versus Dan Stevens.
I think Dan Stevens could have found a way. If fucking Ash fucking could have found a way, so could Dan
I'm gonna have
Stevens,
to, and I hate to do this on this argument, but there is an argument because they did defeat him in the hazing. They did get defeated that he could also possibly defeat him,
Well,
but
sure.
Because he doesn't get defeated. He fucking got away in the goddamn Guest.
but he didn't go up
He
against
also
anything
gets fucked
supernatural.
up by kids, by teenagers. I would say Dan Stevens.
That he trained.
I could make an argument that he's kind of a bitch because he's getting taken down by a fucking kid that's never been in a fight.
I wish 17-year-old me could beat the fuck out of him.
Well, 17-year-old Kruger wasn't in the movie. I think Dan Stevens got fucked by a kid that just fucked.
Might wanna
And he
Robert
killed
Butler.
how many FBI agents beforehand?
Well, then they're pussies too, but he's just killing a bunch of jabronis. You want to vote for Goldberg because he squashed a bunch of jabronis? I mean, come on, it makes no sense.
Dan, I'm gonna strangle you. I
look,
swear. Next time.
This is what
This is what the show's for, though.
I already have a solution.
that somehow the guest is
saying
going
that,
to
Todd.
win.
I know,
It's
I'm
not a
calling it out.
Halloween movie, but I've accepted it's somehow going to win. But this makes no sense.
I don't think it's gonna win. It's a better
It is.
movie
We're at the
than
standstill.
It
fucking
is set up to
The
win.
Hazing.
It is set up to win. The Hazing is a Halloween movie. This is not. That's not.
Yeah, but it's a shitty one.
Well, I disagree with that.
I know.
but
That's fine.
well, what are we doing?
I'm at the standpoint
Okay.
where
I can
I'm
wait.
looking at what movie I want to watch during Halloween more, and to me, it's The Guest.
Well, the problem
It's
is
the
we
hazing
didn't,
for
we
me.
didn't lay anything out past that. With technically where it's supposed to be which is the most Halloween. That hit his stalemate. We did the old standard, which one's going to die, and no one's going to budge. I think honestly, the only thing we do is we can take it to the Patreons.
No.
I don't know that works unless they've seen both movies.
that's
That was the one thing with later on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that that's entirely fair.
But see, here's the thing. Yeah, it's pretty obvious we're going to lose on that one, and I'm still willing to do it.
All right, fucking.
What are the rating numbers? So we can check that too. We'll weigh everything in and see where it goes.
If I'm fine with rating
or
numbers,
flip a coin.
Well, let's see the numbers first before we get there.
Yeah. So,
you know the numbers are going to win.
I don't remember the numbers though.
well, no. So
Always.
as far as the hazing, we have 10 between Dan and Todd.
We have
and
13.
Yeah, and then 13 between you and me. So,
And we all know the guest beat that.
I think The Guest was a 4.5 for me. I think it was a 5.
Pretty sure it's
From
5 for me.
I think it was
You-
5 from the rest.
Okay, so I mean, if we're gonna do it that way, I will be willing to budge with maybe the supernatural thing. I don't know. This is hard because I love The Guest, man. I'm telling you right now, like I will watch that movie on Halloween probably every year since I've first watched it during the Slashtober. I'm not gonna say that about the hazing, but I also don't want to be here for 3 hours either. I don't know, Pugs. Do we?
I have a
this one?
half-star rating. I'm not fucking budging. I don't care whether if the guest moves on or not. I can't back The Hazing. It's a shit fucking movie that I think it's a shit fucking movie, and it was like homework. And I'd rather go to a Halloween party with the guest.
And I agree, but fuck, man, what do we do?
We got an action movie that's gonna win it.
See, that's also like I get Dan's argument. It's more an
We
action
had
movie than
Ernest
horror
on
movie.
here for fuck's sake.
But
Like,
it's
That's
still
a Halloween movie.
it's a horror.
Halloween.
It's a horror comedy though, so I get it.
Well, yeah. I mean, you didn't enter
but we
those.
But you can also say it was action horror. I can't even say The Guest is action horror.
I am currently
It has
fine
horror-
with our list as is.
If you would pick any cyborg movie from the '90s then and say it's a horror movie. I disagree with that. Would you consider like?
I'm not
Terminator,
saying
yeah.
The Guest is a
ET
horror movie, but the first
2000.
Terminator is.
I'm not saying it
Oh,
has
yeah.
to be
Oh,
a
yeah.
horror
The first
movie.
Terminator is absolutely.
It's not a Halloween movie though for me either. I mean, it could be an action movie that
But
could win.
without Halloween, I'm not gonna love. Like that's my problem. If we didn't have the Halloween setting in The Guest, I wouldn't have loved it as much as I did. If you take out that final act in the fucking haunted house, I'm not for a horror
It's a great
fan. And
final act. I'm not. shitting
that's
on The
fine,
Guest.
Dan. But let me explain, motherfucker.
Let
Like,
him talk, Dan. I'm
the
let him-
whole time throughout that movie, it put me in the Halloween fall spirit. I'm seeing pumpkins and fucking this little farm town and all the town being dressed in Halloween. The fucking main character's whole job is to set up the Halloween dance. And then the final act ends up with that Halloween dance, and we have John Carpenter's, or not John Carpenter, but Halloween 3 fucking masks all along the sides. You have a Carpenter-esque score going on.
All
I
good
mean,
things.
It puts me in the Halloween spirit way more than most of the it's why it's gotten to this point. We're on the last 3 or 2. You know what I mean? It's gotten to this point for a reason.
2 more. Yeah, no, but the hazing, same thing for me. That's a stalemate. I don't think we're not going to break each other on that.
All right, so what the fuck are we gonna do? We need to come up with a solution before we go even longer on this goddamn thing.
I'll throw it to just you, Todd, I guess. I mean, I don't understand.
If you want me to make the final call, I will, and I'll give you an explanation.
Go for it. I'm fine with it.
You know what? Yeah, let's all just say Todd. Producer Todd knows best.
Producer Todd.
I've already decided next year I'm not going to have a vote.
Oh no, you're voting.
No, you're voting.
Next year, okay. I have to say, because it's an action movie and not a horror movie, it goes.
All right, fair enough.
Okay.
So
we have a shitty movie.
Sorry, I don't get
dude,
legit. And if it won this, it was obvious what was going to happen.
I don't think it's obvious, Dan, because it's not my I'll just say here, since now it's gone. It's not my favorite of the current lineup. Yeah,
but even you guys were starting.
I said, "Shut up and take the win, Dan."
All right, I take the win.
Gold star, Dan.
He told you there'd be fighting.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there's always fighting on these motherfuckers.
I'm just shocked it's over this fucking piece of crap.
Me too.
I don't get it.
You don't need to, Dan. That's just.
I didn't think you'd necessarily give it a 5, but I'm amazed you hated it.
It was a chore to watch, dude. I found everything fucking boring. I didn't like the set. The actors fucking sucked. I don't like that Asian guy. Fuck him.
Harry Shen?
Yes, he like in this movie. In other movies, he's cool, but in this one, I'm like, you're a douche. Why are you surviving? Kill this fucking guy. I hated everybody. This movie's fucking dumb. I don't like it. I'm glad you like it though.
I mean, that's fair. That's the beauty about doing a show with 4 different people. You get 4 varying opinions, and I'm kind of caught in the middle. Like I said, there's things I did like about it, but at the same time, I ain't gonna be going to bat and fucking hitting the guest over the head with a fucking baseball bat to defend it either.
If you asked me in July, which one do you want to watch? I don't know, 50-50. I'd even say guest, but not at Halloween.
No, I see. That's my thing. I never seen the guest before. Watching it for this show specifically for Halloween, it's going to become a Halloween watch for me. Because there's no reason why I'm going to want to watch it any time of the year outside of that, because it puts me in the spirit. It has the atmosphere there. It has, there's maybe not strong, like it's not intricate to the plot. You could probably switch it out. But when you have the final product in the movie without that final act in that haunted house, I don't have as much fun with it. But we made the decision. The hazing has knocked out the guest. I'm sorry, Adam Wingard, but this is the revenge we get after you said that kaiju fans are basically fucking stupid. So,
well, I didn't hear
I
was still off. I didn't know how I was going to, but Kruger, I felt you softening for the reasons that were mentioned.
Mainly just because Adam Wingard, I have a beef with him after fucking him telling us that plot doesn't matter and we just need to get to big monster battles in kaiju movies. I think you forgot the fucking point of them, sir.
Well, at least he has one masterpiece.
I felt that last line, Kruger. Fuck yeah.
All right, on this before.
Yeah, before I start this making death threats to Adam Wingard.
Dude, he did your next. I'm also there too. He did your next, right? I hate that piece of shit, but we can have.
See,
that
I actually like that movie. But...
Dan better not like it because he hates women.
Hazing commentary and Return of the Living
I hope not.
Double feature.
Jesus, you're just trying to.
I watched Halloween Kills. That's
you didn't know the commentary. You were not here for the commentary. No, fuck you.
I had to watch it the first time.
You skipped out on Halloween Kills and the fucking Monsters, so you shut the fuck up.
Well, one was because of difficulties, but
both of them were.
Eat shit, Dan.
All right, guys. So stay tuned. We got two more. So it's gonna get heated once again. And that's all we got. Viva la hazing. Good night.
International.
Kruger.
Sweet dreams, motherfuckers, and happy Halloween. I don't even know what to say anymore.
Check your candy. I'll see you in Disneyland.